May 7, 2023, the Coronation Concert at Windsor Castle. William didn't bow to Queen Camilla when she walked past him. His son George didn't bow. His daughter Charlotte didn't curtsy. Marie Claire reported it. The Mirror ran the footage. Body language expert Judi James called it a unique example of selective bowing. Only Kate curtsied, Diana's sapphire on Kate's finger, Diana's name on his daughter's. Camilla nowhere in the documentary William made about his mother. 15 moments that prove William has never trusted Camilla. The ring, the book his brother wrote, the monarchy he's planning without her. Moment 8 is what William refused to do when Spare hit shelves. Moment 15 is what he's told his team about Camilla when he's king. Let's start with the ring. Number 1, the engagement ring, November 2010. William proposed to Kate Middleton with Diana's 12-carat Salon sapphire engagement ring, surrounded by 14 diamonds, the same ring Charles put on Diana's finger in 1981. William said it himself in their engagement interview. "It's my mother's engagement ring, so I thought it was quite nice, because obviously she's not going to be around to share any of the fun and excitement. This was my way of keeping her close to it all." Harry inherited the ring after Diana's death. He gave it to William. William could have chosen any heirloom in the royal collection. He picked his mother's. He wanted his wife walking into every room carrying Diana's memory. 15 years later, Kate still wears it. Every royal tour, every official portrait, that sapphire is there. She wore it during her cancer announcement. She wore it at Queen Elizabeth's funeral. Whenever the nation turned to the royal family in crisis or celebration, Diana's ring caught the light on Kate's hand. And Camilla? She has never worn a single piece of Diana's jewelry. The Queen Mother's tiaras, the heritage brooches, all of those she's been given. Anything Diana touched? Never near her. William made a decision with that ring that most people missed. He said publicly, with one quiet act, which woman gets to carry his mother's legacy? And it isn't the one his father married. Number 2, the night he begged his father not to marry her. Wait until you hear what happened the night before the wedding. Before Charles married Camilla, his 2 sons sat him down, and they begged. In Spare, January 2023, Harry tells the story. He and William went to see their father together. They told him, "You don't need to remarry. A wedding would cause controversy. It would incite the press. Just please don't marry her. Just be together, PA." Their father didn't answer. Read it again. "Don't marry her. Just live with her." William was 22. He'd already lost his mother. He knew exactly what Camilla being legally installed in his family meant. He tried one last time to stop it. Charles married her anyway. April 9th, 2005, 7 years after Diana's death. William showed up because protocol required it. The public face was polite, but the record of what he'd said in private stayed buried for 18 years, until Harry's book pulled it into the light. From that moment on, William has treated Camilla as a fact he has to live with, not a family member he has to love, and every moment since has confirmed the pattern. Number 3, Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana. This one's easy to verify. Go look it up. Princess Charlotte was born May 2, 2015. The name was announced 2 days later, Charlotte Elizabeth Diana. Charlotte is the feminine form of Charles, after her grandfather. Tradition handled, then watch the middle names. Elizabeth after the late Queen, Diana after her grandmother. Camilla was the reigning Duchess of Cornwall at the time, the official stepmother, not in the name, and she's not the only one. Prince George Alexander Louis, Prince Louis Arthur Charles. 3 royal children, 3 middle name sets, 0 nods to Camilla. William doesn't need to say the words out loud. The certificates say them for him. Number 4, the 89-minute documentary about Diana that Camilla wasn't in. July 24, 2017. ITV and HBO aired Diana, Our Mother, Her Life and Legacy. 89 minutes of William and Harry talking about their mother, home videos the public had never seen, private stories they'd kept for 20 years, 7 million UK viewers, the most watched TV program in Britain that day. Camilla isn't a participant. She isn't interviewed. She isn't part of the family the brothers describe. The documentary was timed for the 20th anniversary of Diana's death. Newspapers around the world covered every revelation. William opened up like he never had before about his mother. And the woman his father married, the woman who'd been his stepmother for 12 years by then, simply isn't part of the story William and Harry chose to tell. The producers commissioned this with William and Harry directly. They could have included a stepmother tribute. There isn't one. In William's version of his mother's legacy, Camilla isn't in the frame. Number 5. The pilgrimage he made without her. August 30th, 2017. The day before the 20th anniversary of Diana's death. William, Kate, and Harry walked into the White Garden at Kensington Palace. The sunken garden transformed that summer with white roses, daisies, and forget-me-nots in tribute to Diana. Kensington Palace called the visit the Duke and Prince Harry's opportunity to publicly pay tribute to their mother. They met the head gardener who designed the White Garden and a gardener who'd known Diana from his years working there 30 years earlier. They met representatives from charities Diana supported, Great Ormond Street Hospital, the National AIDS Trust, the Leprosy Mission, Royal Marsden, English National Ballet. Centrepoint, Camilla wasn't there. She wasn't part of the engagement. She wasn't mentioned in the Kensington Palace release. On the eve of the 20th anniversary of the day Diana died, the woman legally married to Diana's husband stayed away. William's pilgrimage was for Diana's family. Camilla wasn't in it. Number 6. 2 grandfathers, only 1 grandmother, and this is where it cuts close. If you're old enough to remember Diana's funeral, watch how this one lands. Royal biographer Angela Levin reported William's exact words about his children's grandparents. His kids have 2 grandfathers, but only 1 grandmother. Read that again. 2 grandfathers, Charles and the late Michael Middleton, and only 1 grandmother, Carol Middleton, Kate's mother. That's it. Camilla isn't on the list. She's been William's stepmother since 2005. She's married to George, Charlotte, and Louis's grandfather. By every legal measure, she's a grandmother to William's children. William doesn't see it that way, and he said so out loud on the record to a royal biographer. You're not imagining the distance. 2 more questions from the intro are still coming. Keep counting. Number 7. The wedding built around Diana. April 29, 2011. William's own wedding. You watched it. So did 162 countries. Here's what nobody pointed out at the time. Days before the ceremony, William and Kate visited Diana's grave at Althorpe. The future bride and groom went to the island where Diana is buried before they walked into Westminster Abbey. At the wedding itself, the hymns sung included "Guide Me, O Thou Great Redeemer," the same hymn that closed Diana's funeral in 1997. William chose it. Kate wore Diana's sapphire engagement ring on her finger. The rest of the day was filled with quiet tributes only the family would catch. And Camilla? She was seated. She was a guest. She wasn't featured in any of the tributes. There was no moment in that wedding where William acknowledged Camilla as a mother figure, no mother of the groom's seat reserved for her. Kate's parents played that role for both sides. 26 years of Camilla being in the Windsor family, her stepson's wedding passes without a single line that elevates her. William built his wedding around Diana's memory. Camilla was allowed to watch. Number 8, the book he never denied. Here's the silence from the intro. Moment 8, what William refused to do when Spare hit shelves. January 2023. Spare hits 1.4 million copies in 24 hours. Inside, Harry tells the world what William had told him privately. Harry writes that William had always viewed Camilla with suspicion. The same suspicion their mother carried about her, recorded on Panorama in 1995. Harry describes what William saw over the years, a PR machine running. Stories about Harry and Meghan leaking every time coverage of Camilla turned negative. William noticed. He told his brother about it. William never disputed a single line of Harry's account. Not one. When a book accuses your stepmother of sacrificing your own brother for her public image, you respond. You sue or you denounce. Otherwise, silence says it for you. Royal protocol in moments like this is clear. Kensington Palace issues a statement defending the family. They didn't. No press release. No quiet briefing to royal correspondents. No off-the-record line dropped to a friendly biographer. William stayed silent. Completely. A statement from Kensington Palace never came. In British royal protocol, silence that loud is a position. Harry wrote the words. William let them stand. Camilla's stepson had a chance to defend her. He chose not to. Number 9. What the cameras caught at Windsor. The intro told you William didn't bow. Now let me show you the full picture. May 7th, 2023, Windsor Castle. The night after the coronation. 20,000 people in the audience. Tens of millions watching on television. King Charles and Queen Camilla walked into the venue. The royal family was already seated. As Charles walked past William, Kate, George, and Charlotte, all 4 performed the royal protocol. Then Camilla walked past. Only Kate curtsied to her. William stood still. George stood still. Charlotte stood still. Body language expert Judi James, speaking to the Mirror and Express, called it a unique example of selective bowing. James said William turns to look at his father but avoids looking at his stepmother. Kate, by contrast, smiled at Camilla and dropped into a curtsy James called an appeasement gesture. Royal protocol is unambiguous. Royals of lower rank bow or curtsy to those of higher rank. Camilla outranked William the moment she was crowned. He should have bowed, he didn't. And the children he's raising to be the next generation of working royals didn't either. On the most public weekend Camilla would ever have, William let the world see exactly how much warmth he had for her. None. And he didn't tell George and Charlotte to show her any either. Number 10. The memorial service Camilla had to pull out of, and the boundary William drew around his mother's memory has been visible since he was 25, August 31st, 2007, the 10th anniversary of Diana's death. William and Harry organized a memorial service at the Guards Chapel in London. Charles wanted Camilla to attend. Clarence House initially announced she would. Then the public reaction came. ABC News reported Camilla announced she would not attend the ceremony after Clarence House had initially assured the public and the press she would accompany her husband. Her statement was carefully worded. I am very touched to have been invited by Prince William and Prince Harry to attend the Thanksgiving service for their mother. However, on reflection, I believe my attendance could divert attention from the purpose of the occasion. The Daily Mail reported Camilla was struggling to hide her distress at the criticism, and a close friend described her as tearful and traumatized. This is what happens when William organizes an event in Diana's name. Camilla can't attend without making it about her. William's mother gets a memorial service. Camilla pulls out. The pattern has held since 2007. Number 11. The family he actually chose. Hold on a second. Remember the other question from the intro? What Williams told his team about Camilla when he's king? That answer's coming. But first, look at the family he's actually loyal to. Not just the Windsors, the Spencers. Earl Charles Spencer, Diana's younger brother. The man who stood at her funeral and delivered the eulogy that ended with a vow to protect Diana's sons. In July 1998, less than a year after Diana's death, William visited his uncle at Althorp, 5 days after what would have been Diana's 37th birthday. Days before William's 2011 wedding, William and Kate visited Diana's grave at Althorp again. Earl Spencer told the BBC after the wedding that the only downside on a perfect day was Diana not being there. All of Diana's siblings attended the wedding. Princess Charlotte's godmother is Lady Jane Fellowes' daughter, Laura Fellowes. The Spencer connection runs through the next generation. And Camilla? She's never been part of that circle. Not at Althorp, not at Spencer family events. Spencer blood, not Parker Bowles. Diana's family, not Camilla's. Number 12, the operation he runs without her. Watch how he runs his operation. William's Kensington Palace team and Camilla's Clarence House team are 2 completely separate operations, different offices, different staff, different press strategies. Royal correspondents have reported for years that William's people don't coordinate with Camilla's people. They don't share information. They don't align on messaging. When William announces a charity initiative, Camilla's office learns about it from the press release. not from her stepson's team. This is not normal. In a unified royal household, the Prince of Wales and the Queen Consort would coordinate constantly, shared calendars, coordinated press strategy at major events, joint sign-off on family photographs. William and Camilla operate like rival companies sharing the same office party. Queen Elizabeth spent her final years trying to force coordination between the two households. She failed. After her death in 2022, the separation deepened. William made a decision long ago. His operation runs without hers. That's not an accident. That's a strategy. Number 13. The statue unveiling she wasn't allowed near. July 1st, 2021. Kensington Palace Sunken Garden. William and Harry reunited for the first time since Meghan's Oprah interview. They unveiled a bronze statue of their mother on what would have been Diana's 60th birthday. The statue stands in the Sunken Garden at Kensington Palace, the same garden where William and Kate made their pilgrimage in 2017. Just William and Harry, together. Camilla wasn't there. She wasn't invited. She wasn't mentioned in the official announcement. At Diana's statue unveiling, the woman who had replaced Diana was not part of the moment. Charles wasn't there either. The event was William and Harry's decision alone. Sit with that for a second. William and his brother, who barely speak anymore because of the spare fallout, united briefly to honor Diana. They stood side by side. They did not extend the invitation to Camilla. William let his mother's statue stand in a garden at Kensington Palace. Her name on the plaque, her image cast in bronze. Camilla, legally his stepmother for 16 years, was not part of it. Number 14. The royal experts who've documented the pattern. Royal biographer Christopher Anderson has been writing about William and Camilla for 2 decades. His verdict: William merely tolerates his stepmother, who has been a little afraid of him. Anderson told Us Weekly that William and Harry put on a good front publicly, but they weren't happy with Camilla stepping in. Another source: William and Harry had always distrusted Camilla and felt resentment toward her because of their devotion to their mother. Time magazine, reporting on Spare, confirmed that William long harbored suspicions about the other woman. Royal biographer Tina Brown's 2022 book, The Palace Papers, documented similar patterns. Robert Lacey wrote about it in Battle of Brothers. Multiple major royal biographers, all writing independently, all describing the same thing: public courtesy, private distance. None of these reports have been denied by Kensington Palace or Clarence House. The story stands because nobody on the palace side has tried to knock it down. William has been telling his inner circle something about Camilla for years. We know it because they've been whispering it to biographers ever since. Number 15. The monarchy he's reportedly planning. Here's the answer the intro promised. What royal reporters say William has been telling his team about Camilla when he becomes king. This is the moment Camilla's defenders don't want you to know about. William has reportedly been planning a slimmer monarchy for years. Royal correspondents Richard Eden of the Daily Mail, Robert Jobson, and Roya Nika have all reported on his plans. Eden quoted a source saying, "When the older members of the family retire, His Royal Highness won't be inviting anyone else to become working royals." Today's working royal family is already small. King Charles, Queen Camilla, William, Kate, Princess Anne, Prince Edward, and Duchess Sophie. That's it. When William becomes king, that group shrinks again. Royal reporters expect 5 or 6 working royals total. Half of today's number. Camilla's role inside that future is uncertain. The Queen Mother held senior duties into her 90s. There's no public plan for Camilla to do the same. She won't be Queen Mother. That title belongs to the mother of the monarch, and she's the stepmother. There's no precedent for it. The late Queen's parenthetical already told her where she stood. Queen Consort, the wife of, a footnote in brackets. Royal reporters predict that within 5 years of William's accession, Camilla will quietly retreat from public life back to Ray Mill House, her private home. Fewer engagements, no state appearances. She'll be a name on the rota, not a face on the balcony. William hasn't said any of this on the record. He doesn't need to. The reporters who've covered him for a decade have all written the same forecast. And now, you know it too. The moment Charles's reign ends, Camilla's center stage role ends with him. 15 moments, and the proof was in the intro. A sapphire ring on Kate's finger, a daughter named after Diana, not Camilla, and a documentary about Diana's life that the brothers told without her in it. This wasn't coldness. It was evidence that a son never forgot what his mother's replacement really cost. William has been building the case against Camilla since he was a boy. The day he takes the throne, every one of these 15 moments becomes policy. Click the next video now. Camilla is finally getting what she deserves.